work with adults who had schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, did family-based therapy, going into the homes of families with children who are on the verge of being taken out of the home. And the concept was that, well, if we come into your home to give you the services, then maybe we can help your child stay with you before having to be removed. And we're not going to have an extra hardship on you by having you come down to the office, catch the bus, find babysit. We come into your house, right? So that was a great experience for me. I went on to get my master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania, and then shortly after that, well, not shortly, because I just took a long time, to be honest, but I was focused on working, and I had to accumulate my hours, and I got my license as a professional counselor in 2021. And then in about 2022, I said I don't want to work here anymore at a job that was pretty whitewashed, and I began to experience the effects of, let's say, white supremacy and covert racism, right? And so I said, I'm leaving. I didn't have a real plan. I had started working for a telehealth platform, but I said, I'm gonna save some of this money for a few months, and then I just stepped out on faith, and I told those people my 2 weeks is up on this particular day. And then when I left, I felt a sense of relief, but then that entrepreneurship, kind of ebbs and flows started happening. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna pay something on this rent, but I don't have all the rent. Like, I'm gonna pay some of the money, I'm gonna pay the cell phone. I gotta pay for the Comcast because I need to do the telehealth. But I don't have nothing for this and nothing for that. So God has blessed me that, those circumstances have changed, and I have elevated to another platform which allows me to get more steady customers and clients and patients and things of that nature. So I'm capable of paying my rent in full in advance. And some people are like, okay, but anybody who is doing full-time entrepreneurship know that, like, that's a thing. Okay, that's a real thing, right? Besides all the trips or anything like that. So how did I get to the book? Well, working with individuals who struggle with OCD, there's a lot of obsessions, right? They're intrusive thoughts. And so we come to realize that our thoughts are connected to how our emotions start to develop, which is also connected to our behaviors, which comes out of CBT or cognitive behavior therapy, right? There's a whole triangle that explains that connection. And it doesn't have to be in one direction. You could do an act and then get an emotion behind it and then start having feelings. You can have a thought that leads you to do a behavior, and then after that you start having the feelings. But all three of them at some point are connecting and influencing each other. And as I learned more about that, I started to realize that individuals are capable usually of finding themselves in 2 out of the 3.
Many life transitions, and the first one, major one for me, was becoming a teenage mom. And so everything, that was my why. And so, life is full of transitions. This journal is actually a women's empowerment tool, and it is here to accompany you on your journey of any type of transition. It's not restricted to being a teenage parent. We go through many transitions. Some of them are not even negative. Some of them are just life changing. My daughter just had a baby, and that's a transition for her, and it has been a journey. And so everything that we feel or experience in life that are transitions, some of them give us anxiety, although they are positive things happening in our lives. And so the purpose of this journey was, this journal was to actually walk you through that journey. And so as a transformational coach, my goal is to inspire and encourage women to discover their inner strength to successfully navigate life transitions. When Right to Freedom is my first attempt at exercising my coaching voice in a written form. The Bible says this: Beloved, I wish above all that you will prosper and be in good health, even as thy soul prospers. And so this means that what God never designed for us is to grow spiritually, and that's it, just to stop there. Right. Although he is very concerned about your spiritual life, he is concerned about us in our entirety. So that means he's concerned about you prospering in your health, and he wants to make sure that you're whole in every area of your life. And so this journal actually has been structured to speak to every area. So there's sections in the journal that address you dealing with self-care. There's places for you to write a weekly affirmation to yourself. there is a place in there for you to freestyle, because some people do like to freestyle right. There are places for you to actually answer questions so that you can dig deep. So there are a lot of prompted questions within this journal to help you actually experience freedom, okay? And so, in order for us to be whole, we have to take the time to get to know us, to identify the areas of our lives that we need to heal, and reconcile what needs to be reconciled. Notice I said we. And so there are some things that we have the power within ourselves to do. God is not expecting us to leave everything up to him, but he wants us to do the work. And so the journal is to aid you in you doing the work and making sure that you can live the abundant life that he has designed for us all to live. And so we have work to do. So Right to Freedom, as I already told you, is a 90-day guided journal. And it was curated to assist you on a journey of transformation. Real transformation requires transparency, and this is why it has a lot of the prompted questions that it has. You need to know where you are, you need to know where you come from, and you need to be clear about where it is that you are going. My pastor always says this, God does not deal with us in our fantasy, but he deals with us in our reality. And so as you begin to discover who you really are as a person, discover some of the things that you know have become roadblocks or barriers in your life, those things that have hindered you from experiencing freedom, then you can begin to experience the freedom that you desire. But you have to know the areas in which you are not free in order for you to know that you need to be free.
So next I'll share with you guys, my big goal right now is that I want to inspire, and who knows, God is crazy. Y'all know. But he gave me the vision to inspire 250,000 students and teachers by the end of 2025. So, yeah, I'm probably at like 50 right now. But I'm taking steps. And I believe that I believe that God can do it through me, because I'm willing to take it to one student, one class, one school, one community, and if we all partner together, we can really change this city, and we can change the world. So that's my time. Thank you guys for listening.
You take a good look at yourself without the glamorous Gucci bag, without all of the hoopla. Sometimes we don't look the way we say we feel. So let's stop playing and let's start working on personal development. Work on yourself within. Because once you start to work on that beauty within, because it's in here, you're beautiful, then it just starts to display. You begin to walk on this journey like nothing ever hurt you or harmed you or happened to you. And that's what I want for each and every one of my sisters as well as my brothers. But I do a lot of empowerment for the women. I do mentor men. But this here, I'm telling you, women are incubators. We harbor so much, we hold on to so much. So it's a lot within us. It's a lot of mental health as well for men. But my main focus is working with women. And what I wanted to ask each and every one of y'all to do, even if you don't buy this book, and I'm gonna just share a tad bit about this book. If you don't buy this book, I'm gonna ask you, when you go home this evening, do some mirror work. And I'm not talking about voodoo mirror work. I'm talking about looking at yourself and letting yourself know. Let yourself know and say it verbally out loud and hearing it. I love you, girl. Girl, you are fabulous. And I'm not talking about the emotions. I love you, Dar. I love you. No, I love you, girl. And I mean get in it. Because sometimes we wait on other people to tell us that they love us. Sometimes we're functioning off of fumes and want our husband to tell us he loves us. You know, we want our children to show us. And I don't know about you, I'm raising 3 adult children. I know that. I've raised them already, but I'm raising adult children. Yes. And sometimes, I'm gonna tell you, at the age of 32, 31, and 31, they still act like they need me. They don't need me, because one minute you'll tell me, Mom, I need you to tell me how to do this, I got this. And then the next minute, Mom, how do you? But what you're not gonna do is turn me on and turn me off, upset me, and no, you're not gonna do it. But guess what? Working on yourself within will give you that peace that surpasses all understanding. It gives you that peace when you say, I'm not gonna deal with you today. But you can walk away not feeling guilty about it. And that's what it's about. So my book, Shifted to Speak on Success, is about personal development.
in this book I share my journey and how, as an entrepreneur, life happened. Life happened. But I was either going to choose to be defeated, continue to lay on that floor of defeat, that filthy floor, or I was going to decide to live the life that God designed and created for me. So I am Darniece Bragg, the confidence and clarity coach. I encourage women, I help uplift women, I inspire women to blaze the trail to success, but we can't do it if we refuse. We can't do it if we're functioning off of the hurt and the pain of the past. We have to move past it. And sometimes, guess what? It's not easy to do it alone, as we said. Sometimes I have to take my sister's hand. Come on, sister, we're gonna walk this journey together. Okay? So that's what it's about. I'm your girl, Leader Nikita, founder of this wonderful organization, Walking Them Shoes. I've created books, journals to inspire women, to encourage women. I've had Christian journals, I have journals for mothers. I do this because this is what God has placed on my life. And guess what? When you are working with God, and in this book I talk about how I formed my business in 2017. And when God gave me the vision, for my bishop spoke this word into my life, I just started doing. And people thought the organization was because I love hills. It's not because I love hills. Walking them shoes is the confidence builder. Walking them shoes is because life is happening. It's either I'm going to lay on this floor and allow it to take over, or I'm going to get up, because God is a God of second chances. So he'll give you that second chance, one, either to redeem yourself or just to make it right for yourself. And we have to take that opportunity. So I share in this book about how I struggled, how I took this organization and just started doing. And then I share how when things weren't going my way as an entrepreneur, and being a cubicle cutie, because I work full-time as an administrator, being a cubicle cutie, I was miserable. But I had to invite God in. So it's easy to say, I'm a Christian, boy, I love the Lord, I love God, yeah. But do you really know him? Because once you really know him, you know that you can't create a book, you can't write a book, you can't create an organization, you can't really do anything without him. To be effective and to be powerful. We talk about prosperity. Prosperity is not always in the pocket. So if I could touch one life today, my job is done. So I'm your girl, Leader Nikita, founder of the wonderful organization, Walking the Shoes. Thank y'all.